Buddhism offers three refuges, three areas of experience and practice. One traditionally is taking refuge in Buddha, which I personally don't think of the historical character as much as what the term Buddha means, which is that it's possible for a human being to be fully awake to reality the way it is, free from our distorted lenses and conditioned ideas, but actually just seeing clearly, understanding the impermanent nature of all things and living in harmony with it, not suffering. To be awake means to see clearly and to respond appropriately. And then maybe that's the second refuge, which is the refuge in the Dharma, the truth of all things, to understand it directly, not to believe a religion or a philosophy, but to know for yourself. There's this invitation that Buddhism is, which is come and see for yourself, not study this and believe it, but check it out, experience it directly, and come to know your own direct truth. And then, of course, there's always the sort of everybody has their own truth. But that's not what Buddhism's talking about. Buddhism's talking about the ultimate truth, what is actually true, not your opinion, not your view, not your, right? Usually we're like, well, this is my truth, when we're saying it's my view, it's my opinion, it's my perspective. And Buddhism is saying no, we can wake up and understand reality really the way that it is and live in harmony with it. And so those are the first two refuges. The second refuge is community, is taking refuge and developing what we call sangha. Takes some effort. All of these take effort. Waking up takes effort. Tonight we're going to talk about effort. To sustain, connect, and sustain friendships. Partially it means, this is a whole nother talk about sangha, but partially it means hanging out with people who are wise, who are committed to wisdom and compassion and kindness and generosity, other practitioners. But it also means learning how to fight, I think. I think it means learning, be in a community where you can have conflict. Not this delusional idea about, I'm going to find this spiritual community where everyone gets along all the time. Those don't exist. And when they do, they're super fake and actually super sick. When you actually learn how to have a lot of conflict, or appropriate, maybe not a lot, hopefully not a lot, but appropriate conflict. Many of you have heard me say that one of my teachers said the Sangha, the community in Buddhism, is like a rock tumbler, and we all enter in with our jagged rock edges, and then we bump up against each other through our communication and our listening and our meditating together and the conflicts that arise, and that over the years we smooth out, not from avoiding conflict, but by having communication and difficult confrontations and practicing forgiveness, and that there's a whole system here of how to wake up, and it's all relational. It's all about how we show up in our relationships and how we communicate and how we listen and how we learn to forgive each other and to forgive ourselves and to tumble around in the community together. All of that as a long-winded introduction to what I like to start our classes with, which is introduce yourself to some people, because in order to develop Sangha, you have to meet each other and maybe have some relationships, not just here in meditation, but outside, go out to eat, go do events, connect with other meditators. And there's one place where the Buddha says, wise companionship. It's really, we need this. We need people who are practicing wisdom. And then if you really can't find anybody, better to go alone than to be surrounded by fools, is kind of how it's translated. You don't want to spend your time surrounded by people who are trying to drag you down, rather than at least trying to wake up together. So you are in the company of those who are at least trying in this room. So take a moment to introduce yourself to some of the people around you that you don't know yet. We'll now have a period of meditation. I'll offer some instructions, beginning with finding a way to sit that's upright, relaxed, allowing your eyes to be gently closed and your body to settle in a way that's mostly effortless. Let the tension drain out of your face. Release your shoulders, your jaw. Soften your belly as much as you can. Bring our full attention, mindful awareness into the present. Into the first foundation of mindfulness, the body, breathing, sitting, feeling. As you breathe in, give the sensations of the breath your full attention. As you breathe out, see if you can soften your belly. We so often hold anger, fear, craving, hardness in the front of the body, the belly, chest, jaw. Mindfulness is non-judgmental, present time, investigative awareness. Becoming curious about what's happening right now. Letting go of the tendency to be thinking about the past and the future. We bring our full attention to the present. This doesn't mean we can stop our minds from thinking. The mind may continue to plan, remember, fantasize, hope, worry. In the beginning, we're just letting those thoughts be in the background, trying to ignore the mind and pay attention to the body. Receive the sensations of the breath. Breathing in, know that you're breathing in. How do you know it? How do you feel it? What sensations does the breath create? The nostrils or belly, chest? Breathing out, know that you're breathing out. With awareness and clear comprehension. Waking up to the sensations of the breath. I find that this practice works best if we can bring an attitude of friendliness, of kindness. Rather than striving too hard, judging ourselves. Be relaxed. Returning to the present, to the breath, the body, over and over, but with a friendly, accepting attitude. Although we're choosing to place our attention on the breath for the first few minutes, the reality is there's no such thing as a distraction from the present. It's all happening now. Sounds, thoughts, sensations, emotions. It's what the body is experiencing in this moment. an important skill to develop the ability to ignore your own mind. But it's equally important to learn to turn towards your mind and observe it. To bring mindfulness, non-judgmental awareness to what the mind is doing, the thoughts, the moods, the attitudes, the patterns of the mind. Becoming intimately aware of the mind habits towards planning, towards resenting, judging, fearing, worrying, craving for life to be different than it is. We expand our awareness to be fully inclusive of all the sense doors, sounds and smells and tastes, images, thoughts and emotions and sensations. This experience of the heart, the mind, the body, and the present moment, right now. It's like this. Some of the experiences are unpleasant, uncomfortable. We try to meet them with tolerance and mercy, and ultimately with compassion, friendliness towards our own pains, emotional, physical, mental. Remember to soften the belly, the jaw, the eyes. some of the phenomena, the mind states, emotions, sensations are pleasant. We endeavor to meet the pleasant with non-attached appreciation, to not cling, to let go, but to enjoy it. Let the pleasant attitudes of mind, the wisdom that arises, sustain for as long as it does, without clinging to it. And in the last couple of minutes, generating kindness with the simple wish of ease, a kind response. May I be at ease with myself just as I am, with this body, which is subject to sickness and aging and death. May I be at ease with this mind that has all of the bad habits of judging and comparing, fear, self-centeredness. May I learn to be at ease with my own mind. Extending this wish to the people that you are sitting next to, in front of, behind, to the side. May you be at ease with yourself just as you are. May you learn to meet your pain with compassion, your joy with appreciation. And then extending, radiating outward in all directions, the east and west, north and south, above, below, with the understanding that all living beings wish to be happy, wish to be at ease, wish to be free from suffering. As an act of friendliness, kindness and compassion, we radiate these wishes for ease towards all beings everywhere. May all beings be at ease. We end with the reminder that we could search all realms of existence and never find anybody more worthy of our kindness, of our love and compassion and forgiveness than ourselves. Remembering your worthiness and your ability to wake up, to become free,